Hey everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at Matic against the US dollar. We're going to look at it on the daily chart, the weekly chart. We're going to look at a couple different other charts. Lots of charts on Matic today. 5-Day Crypto, let's go. If you want to learn a little bit more, follow us on our free Telegram, linked below. Absolutely free. We have a paid one. That is for more information, a little bit insider tips, what we're going to do, buys and sells, all that kind of stuff on the paid one on Patreon. That's what that link is. And other than that, that's all you'll ever see on my channel. I have no paid words coming out of my mouth. Nothing shilled, nothing else other than those two links. That's it, plain and simple. Let's get going on Matic on the daily chart. What do we got to look forward to for Matic? Well, I think Matic is going to do quite well when we start moving up again. On the proclaimed alt season, whenever that begins, I think Matic will be doing quite well in that. I think roll-ups with Matic focusing on that. Any token that's looking at doing that stuff, I think those projects will boom, as well as the gaming sector. So Matic's kind of involved in both of those. So I think that's why I think Matic will do very well. I hold Matic, full disclosure. Matic has done quite well as we zoom out, and we could see going back to early 2021, it did extremely well. Better than most, actually. Now, looking at our daily chart, zooming in, let's get to what the good news is, where we think Matic could really lift off again, and what it's looking like right now. So our two moving averages that I have up, these are my preferred moving averages, if you will. My gray poupon of the trading world. This is all I use to keep it simple, right? If I want to get in depth, you can add, 47 other indicators. But I find using just these two, you can tell quite quickly how well a coin is doing or not doing. So this is the 8-week SMA, simple moving average, that accounts for the previous 8 candles in the same weight. And the 21-day moving average, exponential. Exponential weighs the more recent candles with a higher weight, so it moves a little bit quicker than an SMA. However, using both of these in conjunction, I think, is the secret sauce, at least in my book. You can use whatever you want. There's obviously others. There's simple moving average, exponential moving averages. Some people have preferences on one or the other. I think they both have use cases, and certainly these aren't the magic two, right? Some other people use different ones, but these are my choice, and it's my channel, so that's what I picked. Okay, now what else we got? We got our trend line, right? Our trend line going back to October 29th, our wick up, our highest out of Matic, 222. Is that the all-time high? No. Where is our all-time high? I'm glad you asked. It's way back here, set in May 2018. High is 270. See, you see that up here. Open, high, low, close. This is Trading View, if you didn't know, if you're new, and that's how you read those. That's what the OHLC, open, high, low, close. That's your percent move over here in the percent, and then that actual move in dollars. So that now you know. Now you know. We got a lot of new people coming in, so I apologize if you're not new and you have to hear this repetitiveness. But I like to help the people. So our trend line, clear downtrend since October 29th, and it seems like we've perhaps so far, not necessarily forever, but for so far we've broken out of it. A nice green candle to the upside, and then what you want to look for to confirm that trend line break is a back test of it and holding above it, which we have done perfectly so far on the daily chart. We broke through it, went up, came back, tested it, held it as support. Oftentimes, when you flip resistance, it becomes support, which we did. Resistance, 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 resistance. Break out of it, support now. Now we're hopefully moving back to the upside. Another thing to help us know that we are going back up is you want your smaller moving averages on top. The 8-day on top, right? See this? On top of the yellow. When you get crossed up, you're stutter stepping a little bit. You hit the hurdle, so to speak, in the track. If you've ever seen anybody run hurdles, when they hit the hurdle, do they go full speed? No. They stutter step, maybe fall down sometimes. Matic didn't fall down, just stutter step. Now we're trying to, get our feet back working again. And to get that, you have to get the 8-day, I keep saying week because I usually focus on weekly time frames, which we're going to look at in just a moment. The 8-day on top. You see this? When we crossed, and then we can get going. When you get your bigger moves and you're holding your price action above both of these, which we tried to do here, then came back down, once we start doing that, which we could do any day now, if we get a little bit more bullish action, we're up 5% on the day as of recording, but we will see if this can continue. And then once you see these cross, you want to look for separation. See, notice the separation. See how close they are here? You want to look for the separation, and that's when you get super bullish moves. The bigger the gap here, the more bullish, plain and simple. Okay, so how about the weekly? What do we got? Anything different? Well, it looks like a little bit different picture, right? Look at this, that same trend line way up there. Now look, I invite you to look at this pattern. See this, how this playing out? We're kind of knocking on the ceiling, so to speak. Hopefully you can kind of see where the ceiling would be, kind of right in that area. See our test, then come back down, and then almost a retest, come back down, another retest, come back down. Have we seen this play out anywhere else? Is this a bullish pattern? The answer is yes, and the answer is yes. Bullish, and we've seen it before. Have we seen another coin before? Yes. We're going to go look at it in just one moment. Maybe you've heard of the coin. Maybe it's called Ethereum. Bullish, yes. Why? Well, here's a low, here's a higher low, here's a higher low. And you're holding resistance against the same level, which for Matic is roughly just under $2. So once you see Matic closing on a daily scale, weekly scale, whatever, above the $2 range, things could get out of hand in a hurry. And what do I mean by that? Well, let's go look at Ethereum and see what it has done. Look at the similar pattern here. Do you see a similar pattern playing out? I mean, it's almost identical in the pattern, right? Resistance point, come down, come up, test the resistance point, come down, come up, hit the resistance point, come down, come up, hit the resistance point, break through, and then explosive move, right? Ethereum went from 300 to 1300. That's pretty impressive. Okay, how about, is that the only time it's done it? No. Let's fast forward to today. Let's look at Ethereum now. Well, look at this. Resistance point, come back down, test it, resistance point, come back down, break through. So far, come back for rocket fuel. This is an exact type of pattern you'd want to be watching for on any coin. Matic, Ethereum, Harmony One's done a good job of this. Go look at that pattern. Maybe we'll cover that soon. But this is my point. Let's go back to Matic and look at this time and time again. These will play out. And look where we are. I mean, we're right before the boil over. What happens when boil over? Rockets often launch off of these. So does that mean we have to go immediately up? Of course not, right? You could just saw Ethereum, right? Ethereum did something like this, came back and then tested, and then I would see Ethereum doing quite well in the not so distant future. Going into Q1, Ethereum has always done well, and by always I mean the past 6 years in a row going into Q1, it's done very well. Where are we approaching for Q1? Not so distant future, right? So does Matic do something like this? Perhaps, right? This is, maybe it goes to $3, comes back to $2. Would that be catastrophic to some people? Of course, because after, you know, people will be buying Matic at $3, and then it comes back to everyone sells at $2, and then it'll go to $5, right? That's how the majority of people think. However, you're going to be smarter than that, right? This is the pattern, right? So it doesn't matter if you bought Matic at all-time highs at 270. I think you'll be handsomely rewarded in the not so distant future. I do think Matic has the potential to reach $10 or higher this cycle, not in a year or 10 years. This cycle could last another few months, could last another 6 months, 12 months, whatever. Whenever the cycle ends, I would be shocked if Matic is under $10. That's just my opinion, not financial advice. That's me thinking that. Okay, so does Matic do that? Does it come back and test? Maybe. Does Matic do something different and just, you know, nuke town out, right? So we don't know, one or the other. But the odds are, because that's all you have in crypto, they play the odds. Nobody knows 100% anything that's going to happen, right? You have to play the charts, play the odds, rely on somebody that's done it before you. Okay, so I didn't invent this pattern. I'm not calling this bullish. This is chart reading like 101, maybe 202. You just learn the patterns that play out more often than not. You play them as a bet, hedge your bets, and then you're usually rewarded handsomely. Handsomely is the only word I got right now. So what else we got? Do we got anything else for Matic? I'm glad you asked. The 5-day Gaussian Channel. Well, you could see Matic is not even in it. Is that What does that mean? Well, that's a good sign. You don't want to ever enter. If your coin could avoid entering the 5-day Gaussian channel ever, that would be excellent. Although most bear markets, most coins will enter this. As you can see back here, look at Matic, how long it had this consolidation phase inside the 5-day Gaussian channel. And if you follow me at all, you know I'm a big believer in the Gaussian channel. And not only that, using on the 5-day has the least amount of fake outs, the most information that is the most accurate. Now, 5-day, look at this. This is exactly what you want to look for if your coin's ever in a 5-day Gaussian channel. You want your price action to get above the channel. Wait for it to be green. It doesn't have to turn red, right? It doesn't have to. But if your price action goes above the 5-day Gaussian channel, holds it as support for at least 2 consecutive candles, that would be 10 days on this, 5 and 5, do the math. I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. You can get your lift off more often than not, because that's the odds. You get 2 candles closing outside the Gaussian channel, you're good to go. And look at this. I mean, this is not just Matic either. Go look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of your favorite coins. 5-day Gaussian channel in, 2 candles closing outside, more often than not, nuke time to the upside. So we're not getting a lot of information off of Matic on the 5-day. What else can we look at? Well, you can use it on different time frames. You can go down and at least see the bullishness or bearishness. That's what this helps you know. It's just the 5-day has the most information, but when you're not in it, you can't get a whole lot of information if you follow. But however, if we come back down, we would want to hold above that $37, $35-ish, right in there. You want to hold that top line, as we've done perfectly so far. But let's drop down to the 3-day, and you can see how important the Gaussian channel can be for whatever coin you have on any time frame, right? Do you think it's a coincidence that Matic is reversing? This is the 3-day chart now. Look at the touch point on the median line here. You notice it's thicker. It's thicker for a reason, right? It's more important. It's more bigly, if you will. We touched down here, came out of it. This is the 3-day. Remember, the 5-day, you're not often going to see this. Not often, but you could. Now we came back down again. Look at it hold again for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. 4 5-day candles in a row, holding perfect support on that. And now we're moving out of it, right? We tried to get out of it. We came back in it. We tried to get out of it. Came back in it. The wick. See the wick? Came out of it. There's 1 close above. There's 2 close above. So far, we haven't gone back in it. Even on the 3-day, we're holding it as support. Look at this. We've entered it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-day candles. This is on the 3-day now. There's another wick back here, but we've held it as support. That is a great sign. Even on the 3-day, we're holding outside of it. So another tool for your toolbox. Use the Gaussian channel. All right. Let's go down to the daily. Is it important on the daily? Can you believe this? The Matic is amazing with the Gaussian channel right now. The median line, even on the daily chart, look at the wicks. Held support back here. Finally came into it. Now holding support on the median line for many days, right? Weeks at a time. We tried to get going. We didn't do our second candle. Came right back in it. Now we're trying to make a move to the upside again on the daily chart. 182-ish. 182. This will probably still continue to move up. So it could be a little bit higher than that. But if you see us closing above this channel, that's a good sign. We haven't been able to close 2 consecutive since we got above it back here. Now you might say, well, why did we come back in? You said we closed 2 handles. That's why we use the 5-day, not the daily. It can tell you where you are a little bit, but it doesn't give you the big picture. So that's why I use the 5-day. I don't really look at the daily, but if you're well above the 5-day or you're not getting information, it can still be helpful. Case in point, right here. So use it. Try it. Go look at it. See if you can discover something. All right. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Where are we? Well, we're down low. 33 in fear, right? The markets are everyone's uncertain. I feel like, a good majority of people are still bearish, think we're going down, and a good majority of people are bullish and think we're going up. I happen to be in the bull case. I don't know how long we could stay in fear. We could stay in for a while, right? It doesn't mean we have to, melt out of here. And Bitcoin doesn't have to be at 75K by tomorrow, although some people think that that's going to happen. So just hold patient. We're down in fear. More likely than not, we're going up in the not so distant future based on the odds. Okay. So quote of the day: never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed that's all who ever have, by Margaret Mead. Love it. Quote of the day. Card of the day. McLaren Senna in yellow. My favorite supercar color is yellow. If I only had to pick one, it'd be yellow. I like other colors, but yellow tends to be pretty safe bet for supercars. The black wheels, I'm a big fan of black wheels. I got black wheels on my car. A lot of carbon on the Senna, right? They even has glass doors. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there they are. You can see right through them. Pretty sweet. If you ask me, a lot of aero on this. Carbon fiber everywhere. The whole damn car is carbon fiber. Even the interior tub is carbon. Right? If you don't know McLarens, they make their whole car around a tub. It's just formed out of one piece of carbon fiber, and then they build the car around it. That's how their cars are so light. Their cars are like one of the lightest supercars on the planet, and that's how they often beat the more expensive cars. You can have a $300,000 McLaren 720S decimate $1 million Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, and it's because it weighs 1,000 pounds less. Okay, with twin turbos, they both have that, but McLaren 720S is probably the most bang for your buck, and they still look pretty good. But McLaren is a playoff of the 720S, if you didn't know. We're now shifting gears, no pun intended, to cars. If you're into cars, maybe you're still listening. If you're not, you're already gone. So that's okay. But McLaren Senna is based off of the 720S, and it's just a track version of it. It's kind of the more tuned version, if you will. Has the the built-in like GTR type wing. Pretty sweet, but I mean, I can't justify going another 700K over 700K plus, maybe even $1 million over of a 720. You can get if I ever get a 720S, which is my dream car, here's the model Senna, which is in my other video. I have that one. This is an orange. I couldn't find yellow, but the 720S is, if you follow me at all, you know this is the car I really want in real life, which I'm hopefully planning on getting in the not so distant future after this cycle. And then they make a Senna kit for this that's all carbon fiber. It's rather expensive, I guess, but if you're spending 300K on a supercar, it's around 30,000. It's all carbon, but it makes the 720 look like this. You don't get the glass doors, but everything else is like thoughts. I might think about it. I've never seen another one doing it, so it'd be pretty cool. I mean, do part crypto, part cars. Certainly, if I have a supercar, I think that might help a couple views. But we'll see. We're rambling now. What do we got? Nothing. Got a new dog over the weekend. A rescue. I rescue all my dogs. This one's rough shape. He was abandoned. I maybe set on fire. He's got very little hair. He's sleeping next to me now. He weighs a whole pound. It's a Chihuahua, baby Chihuahua. I've had a Chihuahua years ago. He died. Taking me a while, but I had to get one. Got to get a new one. If you want to see him, he's right down there. You can't see him. Let me see if I can grab the camera. Bear with me. There he is. Right there. Let's slide over for you. I can't do it. Oh, upside down and backwards. There he is. His name's Chi-Chi. That's him. Well, let me know if you watched this far, if you saw Chi-Chi. That's the new one. He needs some TLC right now. Hopefully he'll get some hair back. He's like partially bald. He's like a year old, but he's had a rough start to his life. We'll fix him up. Maybe we'll take him for a ride in the Senna GTR one day. All right. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know if you have any questions down below. What other coins you want to see covered? If I get a bunch of people asking for the same coin, I'll do that one. Okay? I'm here for you. I live to serve you. See ya.